Okay, a very good morning, Level 7A, and welcome back to our online learning program. How are you doing today? Good. I'm doing okay too, thank you. It's finally, what day is it today? That's right, today we're on Wednesday, September 9th, 2020. Good. How's everybody doing? Has everybody done their homework? Please do your homework and your classwork and send it to me so I can have a look at them, okay? Thank you for those who's been trying so hard for these past months to do our online learning program. I know it's very difficult, but I really appreciate all of you, each and every one of you who have come so far until now, okay? Thank you again. All right, so for session 1, we're going to be covering up blueprint 2, okay? Today's class, we're going to be looking at module review 2 on page 60. Okay, but before we go there, let's do a quick lesson review on what we've done so far. Do you remember what we've done so far in our blueprint 2? That's right. So in our blueprint 2 so far, we did communication, we listened to and write. So we completed 3 exercises, exercise A, B, and C. Okay, exercise A is you were to listen to the track 33. You need to listen and you need to write and fill in the blanks about Wendy's. So Wendy is writing a paragraph about what she does doing in these days. Okay, so you need to read, you need to listen, and you need to fill in the blanks. For the second exercise is the pre-write. So use the space below to write 5 the recent statements of your recent activities and select the 3 that are most interesting, okay, ones, and talk about them, all right? I hope you did that as well. And for part exercise C, you need to write a short paragraph about your recent activities. You can look back in exercise A if you preferred, but please try not to copy. And so far I've seen some of your work, and they were really good. So thank you. All right. So, for today's class, we're going to continue with Module 2 review on page 60. For today's class, we're going to be covering up completing exercise A and B. Choose the correct answers and underline the errors and write the correct ones in lines. Okay? So that shouldn't be very difficult. I mean, again, like I said to you before, we're almost done with our blueprint 2, okay? And also, your final exams are coming up after Pyeongban holiday. So please make sure that you all review your work throughout your books from Unit 1 to the last unit that we've done. So it's around about page 60, 61. Okay, so please make sure that you do this review while you're on Pyeongban holiday. Okay, also go to Pagoda, but don't forget to do your work as well. All right, so let's have a look at the first exercise for the grammar exercise 1. So for exercise 1, it's the vocabulary. This should be very easy on page 60. What you need to do, you need to choose the correct answers. You have 4 options of answers. You have A, B, C, and D. All right, let's read each exercises together, and then we'll do 1 or 2 examples together, okay? Number 1, a second-year university student is a sophomore, senior, academic, or professor. Number 2, A is a place where most college buildings are located. Campus, courtyard, quad, scholarship. Number 3, borrowed money is, or an, A, program, B, tuition, C, expense, D, loan. Number 4, something is the study of beauty, makeup, and hairstyling. Is it A, cosmetology, yoga, physics, or psychology? Number 5, class schedules can be found in the A, courtyard, B, dormitories, C, admissions office, or D, financial aid center. Number 6, a class you can choose to take but don't have to take it as an, okay, A or an, A, major, B, minor, C, elective, D, lecture. Number 7, a club or social activities that you do outside of class is A or an activity. A, expense, B, expensive, C, elective, and D, extracurricular. Number 8, something is the study of farming and crops. A, academic or academic. Okay. B, agriculture. C, admissions. D, administration. Alright, so these are the words that needs to be filled in the blanks. So what we're going to do, we're going to choose the correct answers. We're going to do 2 or 3, okay? And then you're going to have to do it yourself. Alright, 1. A second year university is a senior. Number 2 is B. Number 2, A, something is a place where most college buildings are located. A what? Is it a campus, a courtyard, or a quad? A courtyard. Well, not really. A quad, sorry. A quad is a place where most colleges' buildings are located. Or it could be a campus as well. So there's 2 possible answers. But the right answer is a campus. It's where most colleges' buildings are located. Number 3. Borrowed money is a program, tuition, expense, or loan. It's a loan. So if you borrowed money from someone, it's a loan. Okay, now remember, these are your reviews. Okay, so you can always go back to your Blueprint 2 student books on a certain page that are these reviews in. Okay, so if you can't remember how to do them, you can always go back to the previous units or to the actual units at the university units. Okay, right, moving on. The next exercise is the grammar exercise on page 60. Grammar B. Underline the errors and write the correct words on the lines. Let's read it together. 1. Money is important. I really need some money these days. 2. He avoids riding his bike around campus. 3. How much classes are you taking this semester? 4. You doing any extracurricular this month? 5. Kevin is knowing a lot about philosophy. 6. Watch movies with friends is fun. 7. What do you work? 8. I asked him several questions. He answered all of them. 9. My dormitory is across the street, the campus bookstore. 10. I want to study English in United States or UK. 11. My friend goes to University of Southern California. Okay, so what you need to do here, you need to underline the errors and write the correct words on the line. So let's look at 1 and 2 together. Right, so money is important. I really need some money these days. Is that the correct sentence to say A, money is important? No, so you can just say money is important and you need to underline A, money, and instead just say money is important. I really need some money these days. Okay, so A, underline A. Number 2, he avoids ride his bike around campus. He avoids ride his bike around campus. Is that correct sentence? Right, so he avoids riding his bike around campus. Avoids riding his bike around campus. Okay, so you have to underline the word ride. And then instead on the new line, you write riding his bike around campus. Okay? So even though we haven't done all of the exercise, some will be done for homework, some will be done for class as well. But I know you guys are going to jump ahead and do most of it, all of it during your video time. All right? Excellent. Well, I don't have much for you for Blueprint 2 for Session 1. Don't go away. I'll see you in Session 2 in a bit. Goodbye. Welcome back to Session 2. Now for Session 2, we're going to be looking at Writing Bright 1. For today's class, we're going to be looking at building paragraphs, okay, on page 55. But before we're going to go and build our paragraph on page 55, let's have a quick lesson review on what we've done so far. Do you remember what we've done so far in our Writing Bright 1 last week? That's right. So in our Writing Bright 1 last week, we were doing some science, writing sentences with a subject, right? And also we learned about life cycle of a plant. I hope you remember what the life cycle of a plant are and how, okay? So by looking at the, some of you still, actually I remember now, some of you still haven't given me your life cycle of plants homework yet. So please make sure that you send in your homework as soon as you can, okay? Okay, so what it is, okay, so you were asked to complete the sentences using the right words from the box, right? So there are how many? 5 words, okay? Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. And you need to complete them in the blanks, all right? Also, you need to look at the pictures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so this is how the life cycle of plant does. Okay, so first you put the you put the seed into the ground and make sure that the seed have enough water. Okay, have enough sunlight as well in order to grow. Okay, you remember doing all that, right? And also I asked you, part of your homework was to draw a life cycle of a plant, but I believe some of you haven't given me that homework yet. It was from last Friday. All right. Okay, so for today's class, we're going to be looking at building paragraphs. We're going to complete exercise 1 and 2 on page 55. All right. Let's have a look on building paragraph. Exercise 1. Complete the sentences by filling the blank with will or won't. Okay, so you remember the difference between will and won't? Yeah, so you remember how to use the difference between will and won't? I will do something or it won't happen. Okay? Okay, so some of you are doing science in my class. So CO2, it's equals to carbon dioxide. Okay? Alright, let's read the text together. Plants need water, light, and air to live. First, a seed needs water. Without water, a seed grows into the seedling. It stays in a dry seed. With water, the plant starts growing. Then the plant gets sunlight from the sun and CO2 from the air. It gets water from the soil too. The plant puts sunlight, CO2, and water together to make food and oxygen. Without water, light, and air, the plant make food or produce oxygen. Okay, so like I said before, the CO2 represents carbon dioxide in science. Okay, CO2. What's O? O is just oxygen. So it needs carbon dioxide and oxygen together as well. So air, right? Okay, right. So this is what you need to do. So in each blank, you need to read the sentence very carefully, and you will need to complete by filling in the blank with will or won't. Okay, with will or won't. Right? This should be very easy for you because we've done that before in many times in our previous exercises. This can either be done for homework or for your classwork. Exercise number 2. You need to read the following paragraph and write one of your own. Okay, next weekend. So this is their plan for next weekend. Next weekend, I have some plans for next weekend. I will go shopping with my mother in the morning. I'm going to buy some books and clothes. In the afternoon, I'll stay at home and read books and watch TV. I'm going to write emails to my friends too. It will be a nice weekend. Okay, so what you need to do now, it's your turn. You need to write about your plans for next weekend, holiday or vacation. So guess what? You're having your Pyeongban holiday next week. So maybe you can write about that, right? So I have some plans for next week, Pyeongban holiday. I will go blah, 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 okay? So you can say that. No, don't say blah, blah, blah. You can use that as a starting of the sentence, okay? So sentence starting at the beginning of your paragraph. You can say, I have some plans for next week, Pyeongban holiday. So stop. I will go to, okay, somewhere, I don't know what you're going to plan, okay? So that's your plan for next week, all right? Or next holiday or vacation. So it's a good thing that our next vacation is Pyeongban holiday next week already. So I'm sure a lot of you have plans to do something, right? Good, excellent. Well, that's all much. I don't have much for you for Writing Bright 1. So thank you everyone for participating in our online learning program. Just a polite reminder, please don't forget to do your homework and classwork and send it to me, okay? Goodbye all and have a great day ahead. I'll see you tomorrow for my next video. Bye bye everyone. Goodbye.